What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We are back in the shop today working on the 07 WRX build. We have the EJ257 long block assembled. I have a Group N transmission mount here, the STI Group N transmission mount that actually came off of that car back there. So I pulled that out. I also have some fresh bushings to go in the transmission bracket. So those will be nice. So I'm gonna actually, before we put this engine on the engine hoist, I'm going to actually do a quick tutorial on how to change out your transmission mount. If that's something on your WRX that you want to switch out, I will provide some instruction on how to do that. You know, if you're just feeling like there's some slop in your drivetrain and you want to tighten it up, this is definitely one thing you can do without going overboard and making it feel too stiff. The Group N, I think, is a nice happy medium. So let's get started. All right, guys, so step one is, we already loosened these previously. This is the engine mount, or sorry, this is the transmission mount right here. It's attached to the transmission by 4 bolts. They're 14 mils. You have these two 14 mil nuts that actually mount it to the transmission bracket. So you want to fully remove these. And then we're going to, now that that's free, we're going to jack the transmission up. As you can see, transmission. Okay, so if you feel up in here, you can still feel the studs of the mount. They're not quite clear, this bracket, which is why we want to loosen it from back there now and let it drop. So these are the two that I'm talking about right here. So this is the back. So I'm gonna take these out. It's gonna allow this to kind of drop. And then these studs in there, you can see that one right there. They should start to clear the bracket. That's the bushings right there. Showing you before. Okay, so this should clear now. All right, so we have it out now. This is the stock mount. This is the Group N mount. I mean, they're pretty dang similar. Obviously you can see that this is hollowed out. So the amount of wear and tear this can take, just, you know, obviously isn't as much as this one. This is more solid, so it's a little more rigid. They're both kind of like a really hardened rubber. This stuff does feel softer though. So yeah, I'm gonna go get those other bushings out of there too. I'll show you how those go in. So we'll get those all sorted out and slide this bad boy back in. All right, so now that we have this bracket off and the bushings out, these are the stock ones. They're pretty squishy, as you can see. They also have, you know, 80,000 miles on them. These ones are a lot more rigid. I can't even really like, you know, push them in with my fingers like those ones. And those just sandwich between each side of here, each side of this plate like that. And then obviously these go in like that, like on the outside here, to just like keep enough surface area against these things so they don't like get deformed. But this is out. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this stuff up. This is pretty dirty, and I want to clean these bushings up as well as this mount, because these pieces, these used pieces, are actually going to go back on that car. So let me get these cleaned up real quick, and then we will throw that bad boy back in. One side goes in like this, the other side goes through like that. Take your plate, feed it through, then that mounts back up to that other transmission bracket underneath the car. Just like that. Here is the transmission mount. I believe it only fits on one way, so I don't think you can really mess it up. All right, so we have the bushings in place up here with these nuts on. Finished mounting these ones as well. These are the bolts to the transmission mount, or the nuts. Leave those loose. And tighten the trans mount bolts. And that's a wrap. And there she is, guys. New transmission mount, new transmission bushings. Stoked. All right, guys, so that is a wrap on this video. I hope that was helpful for any of you out there that want to change out your transmission mount on your WRX or STI. Yeah, it's all the same. I think pretty much 02 through 07, it's gonna be the same. I don't know what it's like on the later models. I believe the transmissions are all the same. It's either a 6-speed or a 5-speed, and the mounts are specific to those transmissions, but I believe the brackets are the same. But either way, yeah, I hope that was helpful. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and checking this video out. Give a like and a subscribe if you like this content and you want to follow this build. And until next time, peace out.